Hey friends, I'm Henry with BrainStormAcres. I've spent pretty much all day going down to Prescott looking for various bits and pieces for both Rufus, because he needed a bigger cage to sleep in at night, so I have that. I got some new toys for him. I only was half successful in getting the fittings for the Wax Injector system. So I'll explain what's going on and what I'm doing about it. Well, first, I have these fittings right here. This has the right size connector for the pressure tubing going to the wax injector, which is great. This has a standard air chuck fitting to go in the compressor. The nice thing is this doesn't modify the compressor at all. There's nothing special required. There we go. That's in. So this piece is ready to be plumbed in. And now on to my problem child, and that's this vacuum pump. I couldn't get the right kind of fittings to connect this directly to the vacuum line. So what I did was to buy an air conditioning manifold that has the right connections. There's a series of fittings that screw into the vacuum pump. One is to put in standard R134, and the other is to put in R22. You might hear Rufus in the background yelping because Irene's down in the studio, and he's not real happy about that. He's pretty happy though, because he has the new bed and he has some new toys. But because she's not here, he's not really playing with them the way he should. Now, what complicated getting the fittings for the vacuum line and the vacuum pump is there is a check valve that's plastic that's in the base of this fitting. The problem with that is it doesn't come out. So I have to make sure that I maintain all of these pieces the way they are. In specific, I need to make sure that this part of the fitting stays in place. Well, that means I'm stuck using the connectors for R134 refrigerant or R22. I'm going to put this back in. Now this morning before I left, I took this all apart so that I could find out exactly what kind of fittings I would need. And that's when I discovered this check valve in the bottom of this T structure. Getting this apart was not easy. There is a handle that actually blocks off vacuum. When they made this vacuum pump, they cast the entire piece so that the Christmas tree, that T, screws into this part of the base, another fitting that goes into the base here, and then there's this. Now, I just need to screw this back in. And the reason why this has to go back in is because this chamber has a connection between these vacuum ports, this plug, and the handle. All the handle is doing is providing a way to block the vacuum from going back in. Well, that's nice and tight now. So I'm going to put this fill plug back in. This is where the vacuum oil goes into this pump. That's tight, this is tight. Now in order to get all these different pieces off, I had to disassemble this cover. It wasn't too bad. It was a bit of a pain in the neck. I really had to take the entire vacuum pump apart. The only thing I could have done to take it apart more would have been to remove these screws and have the entire guts out. And that was not necessary, thank goodness. Hello, Rufus. I have a big helper. Come on over here. Oh, I need help. I need to be rescued. Oh. It was so much easier this morning when he was sleeping in his bed.
Rufus, come here, dude. Come on, dude.
Did you see that I have some fake bones in there for him?
Yeah, I saw that, and they're not rawhide, because rawhide could be dangerous.
I specifically looked for something that was not rawhide.
Because you're clever that way.
Well, I try to be clever that way, at least.
Come on, Rufus. Let's leave Dad alone. Come on. Just take your boy in here. Excuse me, boy. Let that be my back.
You know, as best we can tell, Rufus is somewhere between 1.5 and 2 years old. So he's, because of how he's been kept for the past year or more, he's really just a big grown-up puppy. He's learning really quickly, which is good, but he still has puppy behavior. I'm going to finish tightening all these nuts up. Tomorrow I'll be plumbing in the airline, and I'll be trying out my idea for connecting up vacuum. Well, thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and ring the bell for notifications, because we have a lot of things going on. And he's over on the other side. Thanks for watching. We'll talk with you later. Bye. And don't forget to brainstorm, because you have to.